Hi, I'm Gabby from Astr0mag, and I'm here with Mimi today. Hey guys, and we're gonna get to know each other. So, who's Mimi?
Well, I'm a 25-year-old musician. I was born in Miami, Florida, and I've been living in Vegas for the last 10 years, just trying to discover myself. I'm someone that enjoys living life to its fullest. I don't live the normal, ordinary life. I like taking chances, even if it scares me. But yeah, I'm just a normal girl trying to figure life out day by day and using music to help me out with that.
How do you feel like your identity has shaped your music?
Honestly, I feel like now being out of the closet, it's helped me a lot musically. Back in the days of when I would just pick up my guitar and just play little cover songs, I never really felt like I had music that I could truly relate to. Obviously, like, there are those heartbreaking songs that everybody feels heartbreak, but if I was singing a song that a guy wrote, I felt more related to, what I mean? Because they're singing about women. When I'm able to fully be myself and not hide behind this closet, it's shaped the way I just view music and the way I view relationships. And I feel like I can openly talk about what I'm feeling. And it makes me feel good knowing that now there are going to be a bunch of girls that are maybe questioning their sexuality who maybe listen to my music and think like, oh, like, this is something I could totally relate to, something I've totally felt.
Yeah, that's cool. And you said that, like, you would listen to, like, these songs and they were about love. And I realized that a lot of your songs are about love now.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to, make people feel more comfortable with that, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just, like, a big simp, too, like, I love writing about love. And it's very, like, cliche, a bunch of artists write about their love life. And it's just what I find easier, like, I'm not someone that, it's not easy for me to communicate. It's not easy for me to be vulnerable, especially when I'm with someone and, you got to have those hard conversations. But I've found that with music, it just flows way more natural with me, and to know that some of my lyrics might hit people the way they hit me. Yeah, just makes me feel, like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Because it's like its own language,
Yeah, for sure. And everybody can relate, no matter where you're from, what language you speak, who you fall in love with. Like, anybody can relate to the feeling of heartbreak or falling in love, or all the roller coaster and ups and downs that comes with it,
Yeah. So you said you used to do a lot of cover songs, and I know that you used to do a lot of, like, talent shows and stuff.
Yeah.
What was, like, your go-to talent show song?
Oh, that's a good question. My go-to talent show song, it's changed, okay? But in the beginning, when I first started going to talent shows, was One Time by Justin Bieber.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it was so simple. It was, like, it was 2 chords, you put a capo on the guitar, and then obviously, like, it's just a fun song to sing, you know what I mean? With all the vocal runs and the range that he uses, like... And it did help that when I was, like, prepubescent, I kind of sounded like him a little bit.
So it just worked out.
Yeah, so it just kind of, like, it was meant to be.
What did your song change to, though, after One Time?
So now it's Valerie by...
that's a good one.
By Amy Winehouse. It's literally, like, anytime I go karaoke, anytime or in a room where there's a mic and I can grab it, not only am I the one that's like, oh, it's going to be Valerie, but literally everybody in my circle, whether it's my girlfriend, her family, the moment they see a mic, they're like, Mimi, Valerie, like, you gotta go sing Valerie.
Who is helping you produce your music now?
I have a friend named Donnie, incredible musician, like, not just producer, songwriter, singer, instrumentalist. He's actually been helping out with production a lot. And then when he's not available, me and my engineer will just scroll through YouTube and find something I can write over. Normally it's him picking it, and then I'll just show up and he'll play the beats and I'll be like, all right, let's run it. Let's just see what we can do on this.
That's cool. So you guys, like, just kind of write it on the spot? Like, he brings that in and you're like, okay, let me just...
Yeah, pretty much. We just hit record. I'm not really the type of, like, put pen to paper artist. I just kind of let him hit record and whatever comes out. We'll do, like, a couple of takes of just me mumbling flows, and then we'll pick the best ones, and then I'll start adding words to it as we'll just go line by line, and that's pretty much our process.
And then who are your influences?
My influences, all right, my big 3 are D'Angelo,
Okay.
Amy Winehouse, and Justin Bieber. You know,
Can't go wrong.
And honestly, sometimes it's hard for me to tell people that Justin Bieber is probably my biggest influence, if not, just because I feel like people don't really understand how talented that man is.
Yeah.
And like how much he did when he was on top. But honestly, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't even be singing. Like, he was the one where I just watched what he could do vocally, and I'd be like, I'm gonna practice that until I sound the exact same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that really made me want to actually pursue this as just not a hobby, as like something I want to do for the rest of my life.
I know that you play, what is it, like 8 instruments, right?
Yeah.
Which one, besides your voice, do you feel kind of really represents your voice as an artist?
Guitar for sure.
Why is that?
Just because it's what I started out on. I was a guitar player way before I was a singer.
Okay.
And, you know, growing up in my head, I always thought, I want to start a band and be the guitarist. That was my dream. So I learned a lot of my, you know, just like music theory with guitar. And obviously R&B and guitar just go hand in hand. So if you ask me anytime what instrument I want to play on stage, it's always going to be a guitar. I feel way more comfortable with my guitar on stage than I do without it.
Gin and Juice is your latest song. You did a music video. What can you tell me about it?
I'm going to get kind of personal here. So I'm in a relationship, and I got into this relationship quite soon from my last relationship. And a lot of what I was feeling was, you know, I was in a very toxic relationship before this one. Toxic on both ends, you know. I'm not going to put the blame on just one person. And I felt like I didn't give myself enough time to not only heal, but, you know, make sure that I was the person I wanted to be for this next relationship. Just making sure I matured, and I worked on my communication, and I worked on my patience. And I was just at this point where I felt like I was stuck. Like, I had this perfect thing in front of me. I finally had like a healthy, normal, nice, sweet, caring partner. But I was still dealing with all of the trauma from my last relationship.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like I was at a point where I was paying my dues for the last relationship. You know, like, now that I didn't get to just sit with myself and sit with my thoughts, I was really having to live up to not only who I wanted to be for my partner, but who they needed me to be.
Yeah.
You know, and when I say, like, you know, I'm paying my dues just to keep you, it was me having to sit in front of myself and really pick my negatives apart. You know, really like decide what I needed to let go of and what I needed to keep in order for this relationship to work. And it's not really a sad song. Like, it's not like a heartbreak song. It's not a song where I'm heartbroken, but it's a song where I'm realizing what I need to deal with within myself, you know?
Yeah.
And that's never easy, having to pick yourself apart and point out your own negatives and what your wrongs are as a human. But it's needed to be done if you want to move to that next level of just being a good human.
Do you like gin and juice?
No, sir. This is really embarrassing. I'm about to expose myself. But I've had instances where I've taken a shot and thrown up on the actual bar. There was one time where we went to Piranha's with my girlfriend and a bunch of our friends. I was only like 2 beers in. I felt fine. I was okay. She ordered me a shot, and they gave me like their well tequila.
Oh, yeah, no.
And I took the shot, chugged it with my beer, and then burped. And when I burped, the taste of everything just hit me.
No.
An immediate projectile vomit on the bar. And my girlfriend was so embarrassed, she, like, with her bare hand, swiped it off the bar.
Oh, she's a keeper.
Yeah.
That's
Forever. That's when I was like, oh, I need to put a ring on it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
for
true
sure,
love.
for sure. Yeah.
Like, bare hand.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm a baby. I'm not a drinker. Like, I just... It's fun every now and then, but I just hate being hungover. It's not worth it.
Who are some artists that we should like look out for that you like locally or just even that you worked with that we should check out?
Okay. Locally, I'm going to say my boy Gio Luna. Okay. Gio Luna is the best indie artist out here right now. All of his music out right now is fire. Like Dominic Fike vibes.
Okay.
He can rap, he can sing. He's just got a good ear.
Okay.
His writing abilities is amazing. Another one I will say is Low Bro.
Oh, bro. Okay.
That's Donnie. He's the one that's been helping me with producing.
Okay.
He does more like indie rock, folk kind of. I don't really know what genre to put him in, just because he makes so. You tell this man to make a hip hop song, he'll make it. You tell this man to make a shoegaze song, he'll make it. He's so talented. I'm gonna shout out my girl Cammie. Cammie used to be local, but she's in LA. I don't know if you know who Cammie Kehoe is. It really amazes me, not only one, to see how young she is and everything she's accomplishing right now, but two, like, she really just moved to LA and like everything is just falling into place with her.
It's just meant to be.
So I'm real proud of Cammie. If you see this, I'm real proud of you.
Is there anything else that you want, like, the audience to know, for people to know?
Just come listen to my music and judge it yourself, you know? I think right now in society, we live in days where everybody just cares about how many streams you get or how many tickets you can sell, and nobody really cares about the authenticity of the work that's coming out. So I would just say, you know, if you've never heard my music before, just play one of my songs for 30 seconds. And, you know, I'm pretty confident you might enjoy what you hear. And I don't know, I would just say, if you ever meet a musician and they tell you that they're doing this for a living and they're trying to make it to the top, just be nice to them, because it's not easy out here, especially as an independent artist, you know. There's a lot of stigmatism that comes with people that want to make music for a living, and I feel like we're always shot down before we're even given a chance because of how many people make music. And I would just say, you know, like, don't judge a book by its cover, you know. Really just listen to the work itself and let it speak.
Yeah, thank you for watching. This was Astr0mag with Mimi. Thank you. Cool. Yay!
There we go.